Now on CoastTV News.
A Millsboro house fire just hours ago, what the fire marshal's office knows. And coming up in sports, Queen Anne's County girls basketball hoping to earn a Governor's Challenge bracket championship over Bethesda Chevy Chase.
And we had ourselves a mild and damp Saturday. There's more warm temperatures to come and more rounds of rain. I'll break down the latest rain threats, when you could expect to see those rain totals in your area, and your latest New Year's Eve forecast is coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson and welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight with new information from DENREC. We have an update on a story we reported at 6. Here is the background of that story. DENREC investigated a possible outbreak of the bird flu in Sussex County. Sick and dead snow geese were found along the coast yesterday and were sent to the University of Delaware for testing. Well, those test results came back, and they came back positive. And this is the first time the bird flu has been on Delmarva since 2022. Hunters are advised to be cautious with all waterfowl, and if you see a sick or dead bird, report it to DENREC. And if you want a full breakdown of what exactly happened with these snow geese on Delmarva, you can visit the article on CoastTV.com. And on your screen now are photos from a Millsboro house fire. Dagsboro Fire Company, Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, and Roxana Fire Company all responded to this house fire. And the Delaware State Fire Marshal's office are investigating what exactly caused this fire. And there's going to be New Year's patrols in Maryland. The Maryland State Police say they are continuing with increased patrols leading into New Year's Eve. Troopers will enforce checkpoints in order to reduce drunk driving. According to the state police, more than 500 people have died on Maryland roads this year, and the most common crashes involved impaired, distracted, or aggressive driving. And we now take a live look into Dover from our Bay Health Kent campus camera. And our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono, joins us. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Brandon. We had ourselves a mild day on Delmarva, well above that average high of 47. We hit 63. Georgetown, we saw 66 in Salisbury, 62 in Ocean City. We had some light rain early in the morning, and then we had a bit of a lull in the action. Then we had another wave of some light shower activity. It's been kind of more on the nuisance variety, and it's been rather damp evening, and you can see some more showers back off through Virginia and portions of Maryland, and those will be passing through the area. But boy, this area of low pressure across the Tennessee River Valley, this certainly means business. Some severe weather breaking out in Dixie, tornado watches up through the overnight, and those are usually the most dangerous. Now, we don't have any severe weather to worry about, but we are going to be seeing some of that energy work into our area come tomorrow night. So we're going to be once again warm tomorrow, mid to upper 60s. It'll be a breezy, dry afternoon, and then that rain works in through the night and into the overnight. It will be, we could see some rumbles of thunder as well, and unfortunately we are going to be rather unsettled as we roll into New Year's Eve, and then temperatures are going to be plunging big time as we go into next week. So we start off tomorrow with some patchy fog, some areas of drizzle, partly sunny skies through the afternoon, getting up into the mid to upper 60s, and it will be a bit breezy at times, and those winds will be picking up through the evening and overnight as that front approaches. We'll talk more about the rain tomorrow night and have a look at that big cool down by the end of next week in my full forecast a little bit later on.
Thank you, Chris. And the Bayside girls basketball squad were searching for a Governor's Challenge bracket title. Delmarva Sports Network's Michelle Roberts shows us from the Governor's bracket.
Queen Anne's County girls basketball entered the Governor's Challenge with a 6-0 record, and in the tournament they knocked off Woodson to earn a spot in the bracket championship, where they faced Bethesda Chevy Chase in an overtime thriller. With under 4 minutes left in the matchup, Holthouse finds Henry on the outside. She drives in and gets the bucket, making it a 4-point game. And a game changer in the final quarter was Holthouse's defense, stuffing Bethesda multiple times and ending the game with 12 blocks. Then with under 30 seconds left, Lions trailing by 2. Final possession, and it's Layla Coles who makes the final second magic happen. Her shot drops in, and we're all tied up at 32 as the Barons try to get off a shot, but time runs out, and we're heading to overtime. There, Bethesda leading by a small margin for a majority of the overtime, with Alicia Robinson setting up her teammates to finish triples like this one from Barr yet again, who dropped 15 total points. But with under 90 seconds remaining, the Lions down by 3. The give and go between Holthouse to Riley Enzer results in a layup and a 1-point game. And off the Barons inbound, Henry anticipates the pass, makes the steal, dishes back to Holthouse, and QAC pulls ahead with 9 seconds on the clock. Then Bethesda's last chance on offense, and it's only fitting how this one ends. Holthouse saying, "Get out of her house," and QAC knocks off Bethesda Chevy Chase 40-39 for the Governor's Challenge bracket title. Reporting from Princess Anne, Maryland for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Michelle Roberts.
Sportscasting legend Greg Gumbel has died from cancer, according to a statement from his family. Gumbel was a longtime CBS sportscaster who broke barriers during his career, calling some of the biggest sporting events. He was 78 when he died. His family released a statement which was shared by CBS on Friday. The statement read in part, "He leaves behind a legacy of love, inspiration, and dedication to over 50 years in the sports broadcast industry, and his iconic voice will never be forgotten." In 2001, he announced Super Bowl 35 for CBS, becoming the first black announcer in the U.S. to call a play-by-play of a major sports championship. It's almost 2025, and as we look back on 2024, there's no doubt one of the biggest stories of the year was the political season here on the coast. In Delaware, you can't think about any election without Return Day. CoastTV has spent the last 2 months digging into the history of the famous tradition, where people return to the county seat to hear the returns of the election read out loud, just like how they did it in the 1800s. A hatchet is buried and opponents come together to mark the end of the political season.
All of the United States needs to follow those practices of bipartisanship, loving your community, reaching out that hand to support one another. And I think the healing process needs to be done everywhere.
You can learn all about this wonderful history. There are even some international elements on Monday at 6 p.m. The history of Return Day, Monday at 6 p.m. only here on Coast TV News. And that brings us to our national politics. At the beginning of the year, it seemed like the presidential race would be a repeat of 2020, Biden versus Trump. But as spring turned to summer, the election took more twists and turns than a bill on Capitol Hill, culminating in a victory for now President-elect Donald Trump, only the second president in U.S. history to serve non-consecutive terms. Julia Benbrook shows us the surprises of politics this year.
It was supposed to be a rematch. Joe Biden, the incumbent, leading Democrats, and Donald Trump, a former president, breaking records with huge primary wins against his Republican challengers. Trump split time between the trail and the courtroom amid a flurry of legal troubles, both civil and criminal. A New York jury found him guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records, making him the first former president convicted of a felony.
The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
Later in the year, Biden's son Hunter became the first child of a sitting president convicted of felony crimes. Meanwhile, the president, the oldest in American history, faced questions about his ability to serve another term. When the two candidates went head-to-head on the debate stage, Biden's alarming performance led to increased calls for him to drop out of the race.
Dealing with everything we have to do with,
Two assassination attempts against Trump shook the campaign trail. The first at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. He appeared at the Republican National Convention just a few days later with his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, and made a short-lived promise to tone down the rhetoric on the trail.
We rise together or we fall apart.
With just about 100 days left, Biden dropped out of the race, and despite calls from some for an abbreviated primary, the party ultimately rallied behind Vice President Kamala Harris. She became the first black woman and first Asian American to lead a major party ticket.
I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
She then selected Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Democrats saw a huge surge in fundraising numbers and endorsements. Independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whom both sides saw as a potential spoiler, dropped out of the race and endorsed the Republican candidate. Former President Jimmy Carter turned 100 right before he cast his ballot for Harris. Polls predicted a tight race, but Trump landed a decisive electoral victory, carrying all 7 battleground states and the popular vote. Harris conceded,
We must accept the results of this election.
and Biden hosted his predecessor and now successor at the White House.
Welcome back.
Republicans won a trifecta. Mike Johnson is expected to serve as House Speaker and John Thune as Senate Majority Leader. After Mitch McConnell, the longest-serving leader in the chamber's history, announced he would not seek that role again. In a stunning reversal, Biden issued a full and unconditional pardon for his son after the election. Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States on January 20th. In Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook reporting.
Even with control of both chambers, some of Trump's cabinet picks face difficult confirmation hearings in the new year.
Well, we're going to end 2024 feeling like spring, and we're going to begin 2025 feeling like winter. Plus, we talk about the rain threats over the next 3 days, beginning tomorrow night, and then one rolling into New Year's Eve. We'll break it all down in my full 7-day forecast.
And after the break, we have a full breakdown of everything that's happened on Delmarva this week. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country Cares is hosting a Code Purple Drive on Saturday, January 11th at Boulevard Ford in Georgetown. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate non-perishable food items, warm clothing, cleaning supplies, and more for shelters and those who need it most this winter. For a complete list of items for January 11th, go to coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big collection of slabs, that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
From a Clydesdale being hit and killed to a Delmarva-less Christmas, there's a lot going on this week here on the coast. Coast TV News anchor Charlie Sakaitis has a look at our week in review.
Monday, a sad story. A hit-and-run crash in Kent County, Delaware, ended in the death of a Clydesdale horse. Delaware State Police say a man was riding his horse Breeze when a pickup truck came up from behind and hit them. The horse had to be euthanized due to the injuries. Tuesday, an update on the ongoing construction at the Indian River Inlet. It has been 4 months since the last dune breach, causing Route 1 to close. At this point, over 130,000 yards of cubic sand has been dredged. That's the equivalent of more than 1,000 football fields. DENREC says the target goal for this dredging is to reach 380,000 cubic yards by late February. Wednesday was Christmas. We hope everybody had a great day. Here on Coast TV, we aired our Delmarva-less Christmas special, which you can still find up on our website. Thursday, we reported that Bethany Beach Fire Department is facing a $100,000 shortfall. They've gone to social media to ask for help, running an ad showing that deficit and announcing that volunteering is down. Some locals in Bethany Beach say more people should help in funding the fire department. Friday, a little bit of Hollywood making its way to the coast. The Cape May Lewis Ferry featured a little bit in the new Bob Dylan biopic, The Complete Unknown, starring Timothée Chalamet. The ferry even showing off a few behind-the-scenes pictures. For your week in review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Well, if you're making your way out to brunch tomorrow morning before some football in the afternoon, well, you're going to be greeted by some mild temperatures, partly sunny skies, breezy conditions developing by the afternoon. We'll talk about the rain chances rolling into New Year's Eve. Coming up, my full 7-day forecast when Coast TV News at 11 comes right back.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
This week at Macy's, get our lowest prices of the season on mattresses with up to 60% off Sealy and more top brands. Plus, get a Macy's gift card worth up to $300 with your select luxury mattress purchase through Wednesday at Macy's.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Well, we are counting down the final days of 2024, looking live into a damp Ocean City there. The boardwalk, 52 degrees, a mild night, and winds are out of the southwest at about 11 miles an hour. And we had some mild air in place today. We had a few rounds of showers early this morning and then another batch this evening. Pretty dry right now, but just very damp. You see more shower activity back off to the west. And there is plenty more back off well to the west. This big area of low pressure across Memphis extending a big severe weather outbreak. Certainly pretty impressive for this time of year, even for that part of the country. They got tornado watches up there, and that energy is lifting up to the northeast. You can see, and there's also plenty more mild air back off to the southwest, too, that is going to be coming through over the next few days. Hit a high of 63 degrees after a morning low of 45. The average 47 degrees and the record 72 set back in 2008. Now, temperatures not going to be falling off by much. In fact, our overnight lows are going to be actually warmer than our average highs for this time of year. So we have a small craft advisory till 5 a.m. on Tuesday for the Delaware coast and for the Bay, as well as for the southern portion of Delmarva. That goes up through Monday at 1. So rain chances over the next 7. We're going to be dealing with rain tomorrow night, and then another batch rolls through Tuesday, and then we really drop as far as temperatures go by the end of the week. As I mentioned, 53 overnight. Showers, drizzle, some patchy fog possible, and it'll be a balmy night. So we start the day off tomorrow with some patchy fog, some areas of drizzle. The afternoon is mainly dry. It's by the latter part of the night and into the evening, into the overnight, we see that front pushing through, heavy rain likely, and even a rumble of thunder as we go into the wee early hours of Monday, and then that area clears out. And in fact, Monday shaping up to be a pretty nice day as we're going to be right around that 60-degree mark. Now, as far as rainfall totals go, between Sunday night and early Monday morning, generally about a half an inch to as much as an inch. Winds, though, are going to be howling out of the south, upwards of 38 to 40 miles an hour come Sunday night, and then those winds will shift more out of the northwest by Monday. Now, as far as temperatures go tomorrow, pretty nice. As far as temperatures are speaking, mid to upper 60s, a mild day, and then again, that rain moves in by the evening. Note the winds out of the south, 20 to 30 miles an hour. So again, patchy fog, drizzle, and balmy in the morning. By the afternoon, it is warm and breezy, mid to upper 60s, and then that rain moves in by the nighttime. Now, there's that next system moving in on Tuesday, just in time for New Year's Eve, unfortunately, and then we see some very cold air work in by the end of the week. We are looking at a windy New Year's Day, 50 after 60 on New Year's Eve. We are looking at temperatures really beginning to drop, that 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, and your Paul Davis 7-day forecast shows 41 on Thursday, and look at that temperature by next Saturday, 34 degrees.
Thank you, Chris. And museum-like displays created by Spanish immersion students at Milton Elementary School. These works were inspired by what the students learned from speakers in the Hispanic community, who are part of a program during Hispanic Heritage Month. The speakers shared with students their experiences related to their career, language, and immigration. Telemundo, Delmarva, and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman takes us through the displays and shows us what it means for the community.
Hallways at Milton Elementary School filled with displays highlighting countries like Colombia, Mexico, Guatemala, Cuba, and Ecuador. For Marbeli Ortiz, a third-grade Spanish immersion teacher, it is gratifying that her students were able to portray what they learned from the speakers, including for some the same qualities or similar backgrounds.
A lot of the students here have gone through experiences similar to the people that are coming and sharing. So for them to be able to see and hear stories that are just like them, it makes them feel like they're part of the community too.
For third grader Itzel Santos Lopez, it was a special moment.
It's very cool knowing that other people is from the same country or a different country that speak Spanish. I love speaking Spanish. I love that Guatemala is my country.
Speakers range from health professionals to law enforcement officers and more.
It's very exciting to be able to receive people that that CAPE has brought over to us so that we can be able to experience and learn more about what their country comes from or what it's like and what they have come out of and how they are flourishing in our community.
Celebrating cultures from a young age. Milton Elementary School will continue honoring the various cultures throughout the school year with different activities and programs. In Milton, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
After the break, we have how you can start the new year off healthy. We have that after these messages.
Capture your favorite moments at the Coast TV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The Coast TV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait, turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
All right, guys, we're going to Jason's for the game this week. It's going to be dark, musty, and cramped, but we got this. Bring it in. 1, 2, 3. Man, I totally forgot you got a new show home.
Yeah, we moved in a few months ago. Wait, where'd everyone go?
This snack table is huge!
I can't tell if I'm inside or outside. Oh yeah, that's fresh.
Get a show home, they said. All of your friends will want to come over to the game, they said.
Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between. From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league.
We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference.
We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone, Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. Sponsored by Tyndall's Casual Furniture and North Star Heating and Air Conditioning. Take the holidays with you wherever you go, but not the same old songs over and over. The Duck has hundreds of holiday tunes. Enjoy 24/7 Christmas music on 107.1 The Duck, your Christmas variety station.
In an announcement made yesterday by Delaware State University, Deshaun Jackson was named the new head football coach for the HBCU. Jackson, most notably known for a stint with the Philadelphia Eagles, is entering his first coaching job post-retirement. Jackson said, quote, "The opportunity for me to help write another chapter here at DSU is a once-in-a-lifetime moment." And after the season, Amazon Prime will release a documentary about Jackson's life. As we inch closer to a new year, you may be vowing to a better version of yourself in 2025. If you plan on making a resolution but haven't landed on the perfect one quite yet, how about choose one that can also help your brain? In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains how a new hobby in the new year can help your health.
Its popularity continues climbing. While crafting isn't new, research into the health benefits of this hobby is.
There's now some new research showing that simply working on arts and crafts
could be good for your mental well-being.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says this movement, which includes crafts like knitting, painting and drawing, and pottery, can actually bring you peace.
Crafting can lower the stress hormone cortisol. Recent study found a positive relationship between crafting and people's self-reported happiness, satisfaction, overall sense of well-being.
The National Endowment for the Arts says arts education can help youth better cope with feelings, bounce back from adversity, and develop tolerance and compassion for others. For older adults, the agency says participating in art has been linked to positive health outcomes. So if you're looking to start a new hobby in the new year, experts say to tune in to your creative side.
First of all, think back to what interested you as a kid and lean into that. Try new things with a positive, open mind, and do be patient with yourself. You don't have to be great at this or even good at this to get the benefits.
Gupta says a new creative hobby can also help with another critical part of health, social connection.
It's even better if you can do this as part of a group or a community of crafters in real life or even online.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Experts say there are other crafts that can help promote mental well-being as well, including crocheting, designing photo books, and adult coloring books. Coast TV News at 11 returns after the break with a final look at your forecast.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in tile, to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
I was able to look at everything that I was looking for from my new kitchen, including the backsplash and the countertop and the sinks all in one place.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country Cares is hosting a Code Purple Drive on Saturday, January 11th at Boulevard Ford in Georgetown. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate non-perishable food items, warm clothing, cleaning supplies, and more for shelters and those who need it most this winter. For a complete list of items for January 11th, go to coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I thought I could trust her with them.
Don't give me the whole story that you rehearsed in front of a mirror.
Jewelry goes missing.
What happened to the earrings?
I put them in my purse.
Her mom texts me.
I ain't never text you. You ain't worth testing.
And a friendship is forever tarnished.
She came up to us, cussing me out.
She wanted to jump on my daughter, okay? I won't say another word.
Next Judge Judy.
Monday at 2 on Coast TV.
Coming up tomorrow on Sunday Night Football right here on Coast TV, the Washington Commanders will take on the Atlanta Falcons, a rookie showdown between Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix Jr. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. and then stay tuned after for more local news. And we're now joined by our meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono. We're taking a live look into Lewis. And Chris, you're going to want the Commanders to lose that one for your Philadelphia Eagles, right?
No. Yeah, I hope they get us back from that game last week, boy. And then your Packers have a big game at 4.
Big one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a big day for football and important weather coming up here as we roll into New Year's Eve. Looking live into Dover, where some fog there, 50 degrees, dense fog well north of Dover into Pennsylvania and Jersey, but we could be dealing with some patchy fog throughout the area tonight. Another wave of shower activity rolling over the bay, and we're going to start the day with some patchy fog, drizzle, but most of the afternoon is dry. We're at 64, and then by the evening we have that front moving through, bringing rain and even a rumble of thunder possible. You get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert weather phone, and your 10-day shows 60 on Monday after some early morning showers, that front coming through, and then our New Year's Eve looking unsettled. The day not a complete washout, but that rain rolling in through the evening, and there's the plunge in temperatures. We're back in the 40s and then eventually the 30s by next weekend.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.